that only took forever for me to come on live tonight. I don't know what was going on. Well, I do know we've had a lot of storms in the area. So the everything was flickering, and then we had to reset the internet. So that's fun. They canceled the Braves game. Super fun for those of you that were supposed to go to the game tonight. Sorry. Um so it's just been rainy and stormy, but we need the rain, so very grateful. Um but then I was trying to go live through my streaming platform, and it kept telling me I had too many characters in the description, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure I do this every week. Like, what's going on? A couple of times a week, whatever. So strange. And I was just like, yeah, it was really weird. So yeah, it's great. Hey Lori, hey Courtney, hey Julie. No, Julie, I don't know anyone teaching online crystal classes, but I know a couple of really, really good, sharp people that have Instagram stuff. God, I forgot to put my rings on. That have Instagram. If you will remind me, if you'll like send me an email to remind me, because Julie, it's just been crazy here. I'm not only trying to get the business like together, but I'm also trying to prepare for my lovely mother-in-law to come and visit, and she is a wonderful person. I'm not being sarcastic. I really enjoy her company. She's a totally fun Capricorn. I know that sounds like contraindicative, but she is. She's such a fun Capricorn. But she's coming here, and so my mom and I have just in my spare time been trying to clean everything out. So it's just been, yeah, it's been a little bit hectic. Hey Melissa, hey Catlin. So if you will just email me, Julie, and I'll get back to you. It just may take me a couple of days. But her name is Alka Kapoor, and she has a business, and it's on Instagram, and I think it's called Shaman in the City. It's something to that effect. She's so good with crystals. And I've been to crystal shows with her, and she's just been so fantastic at helping me like pick out crystals. I've got some of them on this altar. They're wonderful. So, yeah. Yeah. Hey Diane. Okay. Catlin, I finally got back to you today too. Doing real good with the emails, I'm telling you. So let me tell you guys, one of my friends who is not like a metaphysical person at all, I've been friends with her for 40 years. Don't talk to me about my age. Um, she sent me this book in the mail, and she said she got it on the clearance rack at um okay, I forgot the bookstore. It might have been Barnes and Noble or Borders, whichever bookstore is still around. This fun little book. It's actually really cool. And she goes, I don't know anything about this stuff, but I saw this and thought of you. It's a really neat little book. So if you guys are out and about, and she said it was on the sale or clearance rack. You know how they have like books on a bargain area? Borders or Barnes and Noble? Like I don't know. But I mean, how cute is this? And it's not bad information. It really isn't. I mean, I'm trying to give you guys the definitions that I have for numbers that I've amassed in 22 years. Again, we're not talking about age, right? Um that I've amassed in 22 years. But what I want you to do is put your fingerprint on it. I want you to put your spin on it. I'm not asking you to change the definition, but I'm asking you to put like your thing on there. You know what I mean? So just shot your reminder for the crystals. Thank you, Julie. But yes, it's a really cool book. And And really, there's not that many ways that you can change like the definition of a 5. I mean, it's change, right? It's just 5 means change. But there's some different, like, there's some different perspectives. So that's really cool. I just wanted to let you know. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm always adding to my collection. I'm always updating my definitions. This is why I take classes all the time. Like, I'm still, I've only been studying astrology for like 4 years now, and I'm still learning so much. And the lady that actually got me interested in astrology, which was around 2007, she had been an astrologer for like 40 years. And she was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm still learning. I'm still learning all the time." And she goes, "That's what's so great about astrology." She goes, "You never stop learning this shit." It's like, great. Lance Larson, I am so glad to see you. And look at this. These are baddie lashes, Lance. So, this is exciting. I'm very excited about tonight. So I've shown you guys this little book that one of my friends found in her dad's house after he transitioned, after he passed away. And this little baby was sold for 25 cents back in the day. I think we decided it was 1962 when this one was published. So, you guys go out and find your find what works for you. But if you guys run across these as you're cleaning out people's homes or whatever, um or if you run across them in a used bookstore, these are kind of cool. I gotta tell you, I'm like, whoo. All right, so before I dive headlong into master numbers, which we are only going to do 11, 22, 33, and 44. Again, if you are looking for a copy of the handouts that I give to my classes, email me at that email address right there. I will send them to you. I will send you all of the sheets that I give to my numerology classes. Even if you're watching this in the reruns, and yes, I have gotten emails and I've sent them out, but I'm sending you out basic definitions. I want you to add to them. I want you to grow with the numbers because I love numbers. I love them. And if you ever have the opportunity to take a class from a lady named Teresa Wilson from numerology, don't stop. Just go right ahead and sign up because it's an amazing class. And again, it's a different perspective on numerology, and I have taken her class. Yeah, I put the book back. Sorry. For the one that she uses in her class. Really awesome. Okay, so before I do 11, 22, 33, and 44, I want to talk about the number 0. Because we can't actually quantify how a cat has to come right here and stretch, like on my notes. On my notes. Okay, just let me have the notebook and you can lay down there. Okay, just let me have the notebook. You can lay down. I'll just show you guys what I'm dealing with. Yeah, this is Badger, by the way, for those of you that haven't met him before. Okay, so as Badger gets comfortable on my damn notes, I want to talk to you about the number 0. Of course, when we are doing life path numbers with birthdays, which is all I do for my clients, unless they ask me specifically to do a business name, their name, their children's names, or business names, or whatever, when they give me a call, I do the numerology for their birthday. The reason why I do this, I can't even believe this is real, but when I lived in Denver, I found out more people would lie to me about the name on their birth certificate than they would about their birthday. So it's just like, all right, well, I'm not going to I'm not gonna tell. I'm just gonna do people's birthdays because you know if I'm getting some weird vibe, I'll just say, "Can I see your driver's license? Can I card you for this?" Yeah. So, when we add up people's birthdays, we cannot get a zero. When we add up a day of the week, when we add up any kind of month or year, ow, okay, now that's not allowed. When we add up anything, we are not going to get a zero. Yes, yes, if I can reach it, because there's a dog and a cat back here. Yeah, pretty sure this is it. Yep. I know it's by the same people, and yes, this is the correct book. Can you see that okay, Julie? It can seem complicated, but it's not. It's not. It's a really, really great book. It really is. Um, and like I said, if you have the opportunity to take the class with Teresa Wilson, gun it up. Hey, Amber. So back to the number zero. When we add up birthdays, years, days of the week, whatever, we are never going to get a zero, right? When we do an address, we are not going to get a zero. However, it doesn't mean that zero doesn't play a part, right? Because there would be no 10 if there wasn't a zero. There would be no that one. There would be no 20 if there wasn't a zero. So this is I can't really read who it's by. Sasha Fenton. It's by Sasha Fenton if you can't see it. So but zero is important. It has a place. And it's very important because we can't have 100 or 1 million. Ooh, who would like $1 million? Well, you can't have 1 million if you don't have zeros in there. So it's rarely discussed in numerology texts. It's really just not brought up often at all. However, this is important. And this is what I loved about Teresa Wilson's class. She brought it up. She talked about the number zero. I was like, I'm in love. This is great. Yeah. So the number zero is walking the unknown path with courage and curiosity. That's a little quote that I pulled about the number zero. Zero means oneness, God, infinity, unending, and potential. Zero is the void, the unknown, the moment before birth, how we face our fears, how we move towards the unknown, and the infinite possibilities of what is going to happen next. So here's another quote that I found about zero from these wonderful cards that I bought in New York a few years ago. Reaching into the unknown, the void, to what has never happened before is zero. Zero represents potential, new opportunities with people, places, and things. The lesson of the zero is to embrace fear, especially fear of the unknown, and see it as an adventure, as a challenge. So, zero has a really important place, and it's the precursor to the one, and one is new possibilities. One is new beginnings, right? And having that new beginning, you have to have that possibility before you have that full new beginning. And before you have that genesis, you have to have the birth. Okay, that's a little Jennifer twist on this. Just letting you know. But I think the number zero is really, really important. Just as, and I'm only going to spend like a second on this, the number 10. So the number 10 is another one of those in between numbers, because that's what I'm calling 0, is sort of an in between, you know, because it's right before the Genesis. It's the birth, or the pre-birth, sorry. What did I say? Yeah, the moment before birth. So it's a really important number. Now, looking at 10, we've just left 9, correct? And we haven't moved on to 11. So the number 10 is completion. It is total completion. At the same time, it's renewal. So when you're at a 10, you're not only like, you know, you're not in an just an ending. You're in a renewal at the same time. So you're right there at the two of them, where 9 is transition, 9 is completion. And now we've moved into like that renewal period in a 10 as well. So this is why I do like houses that have a 10. My parents' neighbors, their address, in fact, is just 10 whatever court they live on. And my parents' house number is an 11, which, you know, I love. But I their little cul-de-sac is actually very small. So there's only 4 houses in their cul-de-sac. So they all have just 2-digit numbers. And I was just looking at their houses and seeing the difference in the numbers, because when you have a 13 as a house number, you can't change that, right? I mean, 1 plus 3 is going to equal 4. 3 plus 1 equals 4. You can't keep adding it up again and again and again to get a 22. You can leave it as a 13, which happens to be my lucky number, but that's just me. But do you see what I'm saying? You can't do anything to those numbers to add them up differently to get a 22. The 13 is going to be a 4 no matter what. And it's crazy because they have not stopped working on that house. I think it's really interesting because they are constantly doing work on that house, and it's a 4. You know, I love it. It just all comes together. All right. So let's go to the 11, shall we? I'm so sorry, Badger. Is my trying to do work in your way at all? Yeah. I mean, you know, he's lucky he's so cute, and he's lucky that I love him so much. Because he's kind of driving me crazy. What did you do with the rest of my notes? Can you tell me that? I'm just going to lay my notes right here, okay? Okay. Hey, no biting the notes. He's in a mood today. I don't know what's happened to him. Okay, so the number 11. All right, 11 is enlightenment, intuition. It's creating a new way of communicating. It's an embrace of others. It's a powerful creativity. Sorry, I'm really just trying to find something to put my notes on so that Badger doesn't get his panties in a twist. Okay, I'm going to prop my notes up, okay? Can you be okay with that? I don't think he's okay with that. I think he's just pissed at me. Okay. So, again, let's start with 11. So, it's enlightenment, it's intuition, it's powerful creativity, converts dreams into reality, accepts divine inspiration, creates new way to communicate or to embrace others. A lot of times people that are 11 are clairvoyant or clairaudient. I'm not saying that's just blanket. I'm saying they're very intuitive and they can open themselves up to that. has the ability to move around obstacles, and it also carries the foundation of the 2. So remember when I was talking about the 2 and I said this is also going to relate to the 11. So it also carries the foundation of a 2. So you can go back and listen to the other broadcasts where I was doing the 1 through 3 the night that I had the tooth thing. Yeah, that was fun. So 11 is also about illumination, inspiration, spirituality, and again, very prophetic. Okay, so the shadow effects of an 11. They have trouble embracing humility, must learn to circumvent the status quo. They don't like to rock the boat. And if they don't have to, they won't. Like they're like they'll just avoid things instead of actually like go into it. The only reason I know this is because I'm married to an 11. It's fun. Just get comfortable, dude. I should have just left him up on the screen. It's good. Okay. So people that are 11, when they ignore their spiritual gifts, it can lead to physical problems, and persistent problems at that, like headaches, kidney stones, gallstones. It can it can really lead them to like a lot of illnesses, like their hair can start doing weird stuff, like falling out. They can just start doing really they can have some physical problems with it if they don't start exploring their gifts. And really, it doesn't take much. All it takes is just listening to your intuition, and it changes the dynamic. It changes that vibration in your body. A lot of people that are 11s have a tendency to smoke. And I'm talking about cigarettes. They're smoking like nicotine in some fashion. Like a lot of people now vape, I guess. Um, but sorry, something just weird with my screen. Okay. Okay, all my chat just went away. I'm hoping it comes back. Um but a lot of people that are 11s smoke nicotine. They vape, they smoke cigarettes, they smoke cigars, because what they're doing is they're looking to block their intuition. They're looking to block their guidance. So we have a lot of people that will do that because it just is too intense for them. Like they just can't handle it. So it's challenging, right? Because smoking cigarettes leads to its own problems. I'm just saying, it can be really bad for your health. Okay, so let's look at 22. All right. So 22 is also going to carry the foundation of a 4, and you just can't keep knocking this stuff over. I'll move my sunglasses, okay? Badger's in rare form tonight. I don't know what's happening with him. Okay, so 22 is a spiritual, like usually a spiritual master. They're practical, they're luminary, but they think a lot about material stuff. They're healers, they're counselors. They like to build or strengthen relationships. I get that because I'm a 22 and I do like material stuff. I'll just be real honest with you. But I also like to build and strengthen relationships. Not all relationships that I have want to be built. Not of them all of them want to be strengthened. So that's something that I have to deal with. I know. Um they're the arbitrators, they're the environmentalists. They like to educate others on like environmental issues or the importance of like strong relationships or strong bonds with relationships. They're highly intuitive. They have lots of guides. There's I said they carry the foundation of the 4. But the shadow effect for them, they're procrastinators. They can get overwhelmed easily. They can give up easily if not encouraged. They worry a lot. I'm gonna leave my hand up because I don't need to keep doing that. They feels like there's too many problems to solve. Hmm. Um, there's conflicts between their inner feelings and the practical. So there are some challenges. There are some challenges. There is one thing I will say that I am not attracted to as a 22, and that is, um, let's call it toxic magic. Because I was just raised, I was raised on this. I have such a dichotomy in my family. My mom's family, her dad was a Baptist minister, and then my dad's family, a little bit on the magic side, however you want to say it. But so very, very different, very different. Um, and really, even my mom's mother's family, there's a touch of it there too. Very interesting, but I've never been drawn to toxic, or if you want to call it black magic. I don't really think black magic is the right way to say it. I just think toxic magic is the right way to say it. Because just being raised on it, you just know that shit is coming back. Mm. You don't want to put the wrong thing out there, you know? So, I may actually be on time tonight. Can you believe this? Like, I won't hold you guys over an hour. Okay, 33 is the next master number. Oh my gosh. I love me some 33s. Like, people that are 633s are they're just they're just so dynamic. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, and actually that's the first thing that I have written on my sheet, my handouts. Um, they're very, very creative, but balance is a huge part of being a 33-6. If if you meet somebody that their life path number is a 33, they have to have balance because they are a strong-willed number. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but it is very important for them to have balance. Very important. Dynamic, creative. They are service to others in their community. They're supportive of others' self-expressions. They like to share their creativity with the world. They live a life of abundant spiritual growth. There's no in with the 33, there's no wrong way of self-expression, learning, meditating, or service, as long as it doesn't cause injury to others. um Again, they carried the foundation of the 6, and it's a strong one. They like to help others open their hearts and eyes. um they're really a sharer, and they're big in the community. But so are 6 people, and we're living in a 6 year currently. Okay, so the shadow effect of a 33, they can be a little quick to judge. um if they lack acceptance of themselves, it pours over into others. They have a little less acceptance of others if they don't accept themselves. So it sort of works like a domino effect, a negative one. They don't like to go beyond their comfort zone, and they have a tendency to be a little more pessimistic than a little more optimistic. So challenging, right? Yeah. I know. Again, I live with a 33. And he's tons of fun. I wish I knew like what the numerology of this cat is, because I just really want you guys to see what I'm dealing with and how he's like determined to cover up all my notes. Isn't he a sweetheart? I mean, he really is. I don't know what's going on with him. Okay, let's go to 44, shall we? Okay, 44. Oh, yeah. This is the master healer. This is the architect, the alchemist. These are people that create powerful, life altering achievements. They empower others. They initiate positive impact. They persevere through difficult circumstances. They want to help mankind. They're an original thinker. They're an activist. And of course, they carry the foundation of an 8. Now, I love this because often I have a lot of clients that are 8s. I don't know how that ended up. The most numbers that I have out of my clients are 11s and 8s. And yes, I did like the statistics to see what, because I love statistics. I took that class twice, by the way, because I really love statistics. But I but I did the statistics to see what number comes up most with my clients. So I have 2 notebooks like this. They're short notebooks. But this is half of my clients, and then I have another book. So I put everybody into a little, just to see. And the number that comes up most is an 8 and an 11. That's kind of interesting. So, but when I get 8 people, I immediately re-add the numbers to see if I get a 44. I really don't get 44 that often. It's just like having a 1 person and trying to re-add it to see if you get a 55. It's it's just not it's not a common thing. It does happen, and it's impressive when it does. And I'm always like, ooh. Mhm. But sometimes I think the 8 people do pick up a little of the 44 energy, because you see a lot of 8 people that are activists of some kind. That's not a coincidence. So, I mean, and 8 people can be very original thinkers because they are the infinity sign. They never stop. Okay. So the shadow effects. Now, with great power, you can get some pretty interesting shadow effects here. Okay. So, the shadow effects of a 44, they can abuse their power. Maybe if they're a politician. They can be driven by unhealthy focus on success, too much emphasis on control. They can live in the ego. And I'm talking about an unhealthy ego, because ego can be very healthy. There's a lot of people with healthy egos out there. They can lead with the ego, which can be detrimental to like a group or an organization, or just others in general that they're a part of. So it's it's important, like, for a 44 to rein it in. I'm not saying don't go for the gold. I'm saying watch yourself. It's not as important as like a 33 with keeping the balance. But I think it's hard for someone who is a master healer, an architect of life, an alchemist, to not just want to go in and just change shit up. And I hope if there's any 44s out there, that you're not a Capricorn or a Virgo or a Libra. You know, I'm just like listing shit that's in my chart now. I am hilarious, really. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go to the chat now. Finally, my chat just came back. I'm a 33-6. I'm pretty amazed at how what you said is almost spot on. Yeah, it can vary just a little bit, Catlin, with different people, but it's really it's a very interesting it's a very interesting dynamic. How can you figure if you're a master number? Okay, Lori. So, when you add up your birthday, if your birthday comes out to a 2, a 4, or 6, or an 8, re-add the numbers. Yeah. And this is how I re-add them. I start adding them in groups. Like I'll add the year together and maybe I'll oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much, Carrie. Carrie with La Hermosa Bruja, which by the way, I saw many of you join her on her awesome ventures that she's been posting, the full moon, and she's doing a sugar skull. Is that right? Am I doing it right? Is that tonight or is it next week? And I just think that's going to be awesome. It's awesome. A sugar skull tutorial. And she has the greatest smudge ever. Okay, Lori, so you're a 45. So that's a 9. So that won't go to a master number. So the master numbers are 11, 22, 33, and 44. So does that make sense, Lori? But it's actually really good because didn't you say that you were working in something where you were helping people to transition or you were helping people transition into something new? That would be a 9. That would be that 9 energy. Um and yes, I just appreciate you guys so much. This is so sweet. Thank you, Carrie. Um Sorry, my earring did some weird stuff and now it's like pinching my ear. So yes, Lori, that's a 45 is a 9, and actually that's a pretty great number. Okay, that's a transition. That's a transformation. Are you kidding me? Wish you could come to my house. Between 2 boys, 3 dogs, and 4 cats, 1 husband. It's a mess. Yeah. Okay, so talk to me about questions that you guys have. Talk to me about what you have for me in terms of the meanings of these numbers and what we've gone over so far. And I also want to remind everybody about the website. Is it a website? Yeah, the website that I think I can post it. Yeah, here it is. This is the numerology.astro seek.com is where you can go and you can plug in your name, your business name, which I highly recommend before you commit to a business name. Plug in your business name, your birth name that's on your birth certificate. If you changed your name after you got married, plug that in as well. And I'll bet you'll see a change in the vibration. I mean, that's amazing. That's always amazing to me when I see women that when they get married that they can actually change their vibration like during the reception. They start like changing like their personality because their name has changed. It's pretty interesting. Um What do you think of the number 1, 2? It's a 5. Because it really equals, like, if you add 10, 10, 12 together, that's 32, which is a 5. 3 plus 2. It's a 5. So changes. Does that make sense, Catlin? Let me put these back before Badger knocks more shit down. Okay, is there any numbers that you guys missed that you want me to talk about right now? Still have a few minutes. Just a few. I didn't realize what time it was actually. But the 5, Catlin, is changes. It's also a time of fun and it's a time of passion and energy. But the thing about 5s, and it's different for like everything, whether you're living in, whether it's a house or if it's um a house or if it's a business. If it's a business that you want something to change all the time, if you're needing like turnover, if you're needing that, constant like new, then 5 would be great. But if it's not that, if you want stability in your business, if you want, if you want stability in your business, you really want to have an address that embraces stability or growth, even abundance, right? But if you're looking for something that is, I mean, a 5 is good because one of my sons is a 5. So I like the number. I just don't think it's great for business. I think it's great for a kid. Well, even an adult. I miss 44. Okay, so 44 is the master healer, the architect, the alchemist. They can create powerful, life-altering achievements. They empower others, they initiate positive impact, they persevere through difficult circumstances, but a lot of numbers do that, by the way. They seek to help mankind, they're an original thinker, and they're the activist. Okay, I will say this. In Teresa's notes from her class, the 44, she says that also carries the foundation of a 4. That was not what I learned, but I understand how she's getting that, so I really like that. But other than that, that's like we have the same stuff for both of them. It's interesting. It's a bit of a story where I got, interesting. Hi, Kelsey. How are you? I wanted to see if there was anything I needed to add to this. Okay, I need to get my glasses on. Okay. 44 is magnificence and manifestation. Acknowledging your radiance and positive impact on the world while empowering others to do the same are the lessons of the 44. Yeah, that makes sense. And here's a quote for it. Here's a little oh my gosh, affirmation for 44. I am the vibrant light of magnificence and I humbly serve. I like that. The affirmation for 11 is I am divine inspiration, making a difference in the world today. Love it. The affirmation of the 22, I ignite the torch of discovery and healing within my world. And last one, since I did the 44 first, the affirmation for the 33 is ecstatically and lovingly I create essence within the world. I love it. Oh, Kelsey. Well, I'm so glad that you're getting better, but I'm sorry that you're still in pain. Um, any of you that are in the group that have some Reiki training, I'll just go ahead and put it out there for Kelsey. We can all get together and send her some healing energy to send her some relief from this, since she's like 3 weeks post surgery now, but she's getting better by the day. What? Love it. So if any of you are feeling it, you can send some healing energy to Kelsey. I got candles. I also want to tell you guys, as I've been doing videos a lot the last couple of days, and I'm trying to get them edited so that I can get them posted at least by this weekend, because we've got a lot of stuff happening astrologically. So just in the event that you guys don't happen to catch my astrology chat on Readings at the Round Table or Metaphysical Round Table's YouTube channel, I just want to tell you all about October 20th. Don't stop manifesting. Just stop and just ride with the current and just say, okay, I've manifested for as much as I can, and just ride the current and ride the wave and just take it easy and really just I don't know another way to put this, is just breathe in, breathe out, and let things happen as they will. And just be easy about it. I almost want to use the vernacular and say, just chill out about it. But the reason why we're doing that is because we have 2 eclipses. And yeah, you don't always want to manifest during an eclipse energy, during eclipse time. However, these eclipses have a middle part that is Mars going retrograde in Gemini. And we just don't want to mess with that. We don't want to dive into that energy. So anytime you have eclipse energy, you may not want to manifest during this time. I mean, eclipse energy can be a little bit volatile. You know what I'm saying? It's very strong. But when you throw in Mars going retrograde in the middle of that, I mean, let's just hang on. Let's just hang on, okay? And just chill out and just easy does it and just go with the flow. Okay? I just don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear any crazy stuff happen. And I think that this is especially, I think for some reason I'm feeling really weird about this energy. I'm feeling really weird because there's still a lot of squares that are happening, and so Saturn and Uranus are still in a square, and there's just a lot of weird stuff that I'm feeling. So just want everybody to be aware. Take it easy. Take your foot off the gas and coast. Let the world bring stuff to you instead of you trying to manifest it. Just for a couple of weeks, just until November 13th or 14th. Let's just go to the 14th to be safe. Yeah, that's 6 days out from the lunar eclipse, which is November 8th. And the solar eclipse is October 25th. So, just wanted to put that out there. Well, guys, if y'all don't have any more questions for me tonight, next week it looks like I will be able to wrap up the whole life of numerology. And I can certainly answer any questions that you have about calculating a birthday, calculating with your name. We can go through all of that again if you would like, whatever you guys need. Okay. So I'm just so excited. And oh my gosh, Lance, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But you guys, let me know if you have any questions. Again, you can reach me at metaphysicalroundtable@gmail.com. Do not panic if it takes me a couple of days or 3 days to get back to you. I'm trying. And I may have some help coming in. Help other than my furry little friend here. Yeah. I mean, he's super helpful, but like an ornament helpful. You know what I'm saying? So, but and Patches isn't any better. I mean, he's curled up in the corner right over there. So, and poor Jasmine, she's always in her dog couch. Can you see her? So, but I may have some actual help coming in that can help me respond to a lot of the queries and stuff. And I just want to say to the really opinionated fella that made the comments on YouTube, I appreciate you telling me that my highlights make my hair look dirty. I do actually have an appointment to have like some things done to my hair, but it was already in the plans before you came along and told me that my hair looks dirty because of my highlights and then I needed to have my roots done. So thank you so much for that, sir. I'm sure your hair looks perfect. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And I will see you all tomorrow where at Metaphysical Practices, where you will hear a little bit more about these eclipses and you'll hear a lot more about the eclipse energy. Yeah. So, um I know I have an appointment this weekend to get my hair like I just need it cut. And I was just like, "Really? I didn't think it looked dirty." I mean, what do I know? All right. Do you think it looks dirty, Badger? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy this numerology. And until I see y'all again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.